Hello and welcome to my Facebook Live today. I'm just checking while I'm doing this that I'm in the right place. I seem to be, so that's good. Okay, I can pop that down. If you are joining me, or if you join at any point, obviously you won't hear this if you're not joining me right now, but if you do join, then pop a comment in the box and let me know you're here, and hopefully all's okay. Right, so today's Facebook Live is one card. It's doing a fancy fold card. I've made one already using the Adventurous Sky bundle, which I'll show you in a moment, but today I am using the Thoughtful Wishes designer series paper and dies and stamps, so I thought I'd give it a go using that. It's one of the new products, which is very nice papers and things in it, so be interesting to see how that turns out. As we're in May and we've just launched our new catalogue, there is of course a massive joining offer. So even if you don't want to be a demonstrator and you don't want to do it, you know, don't want to sort of like do long-term stuff or get discount on goods in, you know, forever, you can join up, take advantage of the offer, join up, and then just not do anything else with it, and you'll drop, and you know, you'd have got lots and lots of extra goodies for nothing, basically. So there is that going on. So we're in new catalogue. If you do need a hard copy of the catalogue, then let me know and I can always send you one out. It is available online, and it is also on my website, which is inkspiredcrafts.co.uk. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll stop talking about rubbish or about stuff like this. I'll turn the camera around and show you what we're doing. Okay, bear with me one moment. Okay, I don't know whether if you've watched previous Facebook Lives of mine, I've always had a black sort of background and quite a bit of mess for my husband's stuff, and the other week I got him to put a curtain up so it will block out any of his mess, which I think is really good. So this is the card that I've already made. So this is the style of fancy fold. It's quite straightforward. There's just a bit of scoring and cutting involved. This is the Adventurous Sky designer series paper. This is actually one of the stamps, and then I've just coloured it with some of the ink and one of these blender pens just to match. So I've used the copper clay, Moody Mauve and slate grey, or smoky slate I think it's called, like, and it's on Night of Navy. We've got a panel on the back to write on. Could put it in there if you wanted to, and it folds quite nicely, and it will fit in one of our, should have got one of these out earlier, one of our basic white C6 envelopes with no problems whatsoever. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to be using the Thoughtful Wishes. I can just pop that out the way a moment, and I will show you just quickly in the catalogue which one it is that I'm using. if I can find it. Let's have a look in the index. It's there for a reason. For wishes, page 47. So I've gone past it. Okay, so sorry. This is page 47. This is the Thoughtful Journey with the Thoughtful Wishes stamp set and the beautiful designer series papers. So I'm using this and these, some papers, and I'm also using these speciality papers. Okay, so we will have a look and see what's needed. Right, so the first part, this is I've chosen Mossy Meadow as my card base. It's one of the colours within the series paper, and it measures 6 inches by 8 inches, which is 15.2 by 20.3 centimetres. For those of you that want centimetres, I'm getting quite organised now and getting these measurements written down. Okay, so on the long side, we're going to score at 2 inches, and then again at 6 inches. Okay, I'm going to pop the score blade out the way for one moment. So that is 5.1 centimetres and 15.2 centimetres. And then we're going to flip it round so we have the shorter edge, the 6-inch edge at the top. And between the two scoring lines, we're going to line it up at 1 1/4 inch, and we're going to cut between this one, the two score lines on both sides. So that's from 2 inches down to 6, and then flip it around and again line up 1 1/4, which is 3.2 centimetres. Okay, and go back up, so between the 6 and the 2 inch. Okay, on my trimmer, I've got just a white piece. I'll lift it up and show you it. Just a white piece of cardstock, and I've used our tear and tape just to stick it on so that you can see the measurements easier when you're using dark cardstock. Okay, so now what we need to do is score at 4 inches, but we're just scoring on these two short little bits. So I'm going to lift the blade back up and take it to 1 1/4. Okay, so then you've got your score lines just on those ones, and now we need to score just on this bigger section here. So sorry, the 4 inches, 10.2 centimetres. So now we're going to line up 3 inches or 7.6, and we need to go from there up to there. Let's see if I, yeah. and then move it along to the 5-inch mark, which is 12.7 centimeters, and score again just on that center section. Okay, can pop that out the way now. So that's all the scoring and the cutting. What we'll do, it's a good idea to burnish all of the folds both ways, and this gets a little bit tricky. You've just got to be gentle doing that. So do pop a hello or some comment in if you're watching, just so I know that anyone's there, and I need to keep an eye out on the comments in case you need to ask anything or I need to repeat anything. Just going to go over these again like this. Okay, so that's the basic card base. Now the designer series paper, I've chosen 2 pieces to use. This is 6x6 paper, so I've chosen this one, and then for the center part I've chosen this one, and I've already cut the bits so I can concentrate on giving you the measurements. Right, so these outside panels, you want 2 pieces that are 1 3/4 inch by 5 3/4, and that is 4.5 centimeters by 14.6. Okay, then you need, now that was out of this piece, and I've cut from the end, so I've got a middle piece left. From the other, just trying to find the other piece again. Bear with me. Oh, where's it gone? It's never where you want it. Okay, so from this piece, I've cut from this side going this way, and we don't need quite as much. And I've also trimmed off just a little bit from the bottom. So you need 4 pieces, which are 1 3/4 inch by 1 inch, or 4.5 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters. Now these bits have come from the top, and they're going to pop on like that. And then from this, cutting them from the same side, I've cut the 2 bottom pieces, so they're exactly the same size. And then the middle section here is this middle bit. So you need the first piece is 3/4 inch by 3 1/4, and that's going to pop on that edge there. Then you've got 1 3/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. I will give you the centimetre bits in a moment. And then this is the next piece, and again it's 3/4 inch by 3 1/4. So the 3 1/4, so these side bits, they're 1.9 centimeters by 8.2, and this middle piece is 4.5 by 8.2 centimetres. You just need to be careful with your direction of your pattern when you're cutting it. The basic white layer, excuse me, to go on the back is 1 3/4 inches by 5 3/4, or 4.5 centimetres by 14.6 centimetres. I'm going to just pop that out the way. And the next bit to do is to glue all this down. See, this will all be going onto my blog, so with all the measurements and obviously the video and the items that I've used, so you can catch up with all of that over on my blog, which is www.inspiredcrafts.co.uk. And you can sign up for my newsletter and my blog there as well. The newsletter is obviously going to contain news from Stampin' Up, as well as events and things that I'm running, so it might not be something that you all want to receive, but the blog sign-in would obviously then just give you my new blog entries, but you can always just pop on the internet and onto the website and find them there as well. These papers are so pretty. It's not normally a style that I would go for, but I've seen some really nice cards being made. I'm just going to squash that down so I can push it down. Yeah, and the dies are nice actually, and you don't just line that up. You don't necessarily need to use it with the paper. You can use it with other products. Okay, so that's that bit. I'm not going to put the back on yet because I might stamp on there in a moment. Right, I've got to find all my other bits now. They're up here out the way. So this is the stamp set. It's got some nice sentiments in there, and these are some really pretty stamps, and these you've got cutouts too as well. Now I've already cut out, as I said, these, and I've used a deckled circle, so you get, I don't know whether you've seen these, they're an online exclusive, but you get absolutely loads of them. I have made a card out of using the bigger ones, and some smaller ones actually. Right, so now I've cut, you can see here I've cut 2 of this one. I've just cut a couple of each because I haven't made this yet, so I don't know how it's going to look, whether I want 2 or 1. But these are really pretty, and they've got some nice embossing on the dies as well. I'm going to pop that up there so I don't lose it. This die is like the stems of this. It matches the stems. So I'm just going to pop those out. See, so it just lines up with that bit. Okay, and again I've done 2 of those, and that's in Mossy Meadow that I've done the stems. This bit with the flowers on is in one of the new in colours, Petunia Pop. And you could, I didn't do it because I didn't want all of this sticking down, but you could put the adhesive sheets on the back of these. And I've also used this die, and I've cut it out in this speciality paper, and I've also cut it out in this one, as I say, because I haven't already made it up, so I'm not really sure which colour I will use. Let's just get this out of here. I haven't pushed enough through yet. And these dies do fit in the mini Stampin' Emboss machine. Right, I'll knock all those bits out later, but this, you can see that it's got so pretty. Okay, there are other dies in the set. It's oops, it's stuck. So there's leaves. This will cut this out. This one cuts this. This is an individual little flower, and obviously some different leaves there. So my thinking is really around this going on the front, which I know is going to cover up a really pretty, and I have also got one of these, so I don't know. Don't think it makes much difference because it's going to cover it up, but at the same time I'm going to put some really pretty bits on it. First of all, I'm just gonna glue those together so that I can lay some of this out and decide. Just pop a few little blobs of glue. Okay. So while it might be easier having the adhesive backs on, certainly on the green piece, you might not get the wiggle room, or you won't get the wiggle room that you might need. Okay, so there's I think I might, I don't know. Let's try that with the green. It might have to be the pink. maybe like so. I want to make sure that it folds up though, so it's got to go in the right place. And then put maybe a, where's my stamp set gone? There. Put maybe a small, I wanted to just use the thanks, so let me get the thanks out. So I'm pondering whether I even like the white, whether it needs to be a different colour. Just pop that on there. And right, I haven't bought the ink pads for these colours yet, because there was other stuff that I wanted. But I did buy the Stampin' Right markers, and if you haven't seen these before, they've got a bullet tip, like so, and then they've got a brush tip, and they've got obviously pictures but also these thicker lines indicating which end is which. And you can use these, you can use the brush end to literally just brush the ink on. And this way you can do oh, nearly dropped it then, that's clever. This way you can do like different colours, so if you had a bigger stamp, you could colour like flowers in one colour and then the leaves and so on. Okay, let's pop the lid back on that. And then I think I'm just going to pop this down. Just like that, I think, but that bit's going to go on some dimensionals. I can stick the other bit on in a minute. Actually, I'll stick the other bit on first, I think. So put that so it's like there. And then again, just pop some little bits of glue on. And I might even just take my little paper snips. Oops, don't want that stuck on that card. And cut that bit there off. And then pop some dimensionals on to the back. Pop that in the middle. and then hopefully it will still fold. And there is just a little bit of extra room in the envelope for this pointy bit, or you could move it around slightly. Okay, so that's that bit of the card. And now I'm just going to bring this back in again, because I just want to, I don't want this being plain. I want something on there. So I think I'm going to use this little set of this little stamp with these flowers on. Okay, so I've used Mossy Meadow and Petunia Pop. So I've got my Petunia Pop for the flowers. Because I didn't think about this bit, I'm just going to check to see if I've got a Mossy Meadow one. I'm not sure that I have. That's okay. I can show you a different technique for the Mossy Meadow colouring. Okay, so the Petunia Pop, we're going to just brush over the flowers. Like so. And while that will dry, we'll be able to moisten it again in a moment by just breathing on it. So these stamp pads are designed for you to be able to squeeze them in the middle and get some, though I don't seem to be able to do it. The other ones I found easier. Just squeeze them in the middle so that you can get some ink onto here. See if that's done it. No, it doesn't seem to be wanting to work, this one. Okay, I need to either squeeze it a bit further. I think my wrists are not the greatest for this. I'm just having a look to see if I can find my ink instead. Mossy Meadow, right. So as I can't squeeze that at the moment, there's a bit on there but not enough. I'm just going to pop a little bit of re-inker on there instead. And then these blender pens, you just pick them up, pick up the ink, and then you can use it in the same way. You get a bit of a variant in the colour, because it's it sort of watercolours more than but it'll be fine. Okay, so just going to quickly pop a bit more. You could just huff on it, but I'm just going to pop a bit more on the petunia pop. Give it a huff. And there we go. So I think that's quite effective. Let's close that up. And then I'm just going to pop this one on the back. Doesn't matter which side you put it on, whichever one you want to write on. If you've got lots of writing, you can always put 2 on. And there's the finished card. So that's a flowery one, and then there's the original one that I made for the aeroplanes. Okay, well, thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed this demonstration, then do give me a thumbs up, a comment. See if it's on YouTube that you catch this, then please do subscribe, and you'll get notifications then of all of my new videos as they are loaded up. Okay, thanks for now. Take care. Bye.